It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. The old horseshoe, Ohio Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Checking in with the Buckeyes head coach before the game, he loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Wolverines ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Sayin on the play action. Look out! He's going to go for a big one. They went for it all on first down, didn't connect, but it gave the D something to think about. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season, and these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
They'll go to the counter play. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Quarterback changing the play. From the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair. They get to him as he throws. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Here's Underwood. They'll run the screen. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
The Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Underwood. Short pass. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw it. Last week, man, he had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And he makes the catch inside the 25. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Jackson. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Buckeyes in the hurry up. Motion from the wideout. Western. Driving forward, it's Jackson. Here's a little room there, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. And he's coming out of the end zone. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's Marshall. He'll take it himself. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And the Wolverines come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll run him again. Knocked down immediately.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not
Snags it, and there's running room. Past the 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The extra point here would tie the game. And right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished things off racing 63 yards to the end zone. Deep in the end zone, it's crossed. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Straight ahead, it's Jackson. Sees some running room, enough to move the chains. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry up. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Might as well give it to him again. Turning it on. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. They burned a couple early, now down to just 1 timeout to work with. Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. Rides to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the red zone, it's Jackson. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Changing the routes with his receivers. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a second down. Give to the running back. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical, skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is, now can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing. Underwood. Finds his target. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
The keeper on the option. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air, it's Underwood. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Wolverines will call on their punt team.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Back out there. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Motion from the wide receiver. Say it. Right side, it's Smith. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. With that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
He'll be knocked down, but not before doling out some punishment and getting 7. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
From the gun, it's Jackson. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Gets the back moving. Here's Sayin to throw. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Here's Underwood to throw. Left side, it's Marsh. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Hey, how about that defense in the backfield? Nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and they got the tackle for a loss.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the option. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Underwood good, trying to cut through the noise. And the missed connection on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Punt is on its way. Looking for room. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. St. Clair. He fires one deep over the middle. Makes the grab on the right. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. And the Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Throws for the tight end. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Makes the catch, and he's free. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Going to the run, it's Jackson. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. The AT unit on the field. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. From the gun, the running back has it. Pass to 6. And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Escapes trouble. He's going to let it go. Makes a catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the number 23 team, the Utah Utes. And it's the Mountaineers lighting up the scoreboard en route to the win. How about 2 teams putting up 50 burgers in a game that has to be in the conversation for Game of the Year? And hey, look at that. They double up their win total in a very disappointing 2-10 season. Here now, a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the Big 12.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Trying to establish the run. He's got the first down. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10. And the Wolverines look to do some damage in the red zone. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Underwood. Oh, pressure's coming. Touchdown, Michigan! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Sends it back in motion. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. At the 40, there he goes. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. Play fake, say it. Looking to take a shot. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
Quick give. It's Jackson. Just a gain of 2, and now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Throwing St. Clair. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Making the adjustment. Julian with the play fake. Throws it deep. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Down to the 36-yard line and some nifty moves to try to make a big play on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Throwing, Underwood. Back's got it on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, they try to dial up the screen pass on first down, seeing if they can catch the defense rushing upfield. They stayed home, they had their eyes on the football, and they create a negative play.
Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Under pressure. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Play fake, Underwood. And the defense makes it play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it in. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Holds and fires complete to the right. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Buckeyes come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Powers inside. Runs through a tackle. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
They'll try the counter. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the counter. Got enough for the first down. He's stopping. He's got enough to move the chain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Throw it. Say it. Release to the back. Hauls it in. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Wide receiver going in motion. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. He's changing the play. Again, it's Sayin. Lets it go to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Absolutely center cut. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run it. He's got enough. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. 1st down from the 42. Cuts it upfield. It's Marshall. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. And it looks as if we are ready to get things started here in the 4th quarter. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Right back to it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They've got a 3rd down and manageable from right around midfield. Defense looks like they're coming. The give to the fullback. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. Here comes the heat. He's on the move. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. Could tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Moves the pocket. It's Underwood. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football.
3rd and long coming up. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. They're all over him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end and coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Say it. Rush is on. Out wide left, it's Jackson. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the first down. A few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Rush right in his face. Out wide right, it's Danzy. Caught, and he's got room. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The Buckeyes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Keeps it. Trucks through the defender. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
Hits inside, it's West. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
The Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. They'll send the back in motion. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Quarterback keeps it. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as his defense is making it tough. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. They want to flex their muscle. 3 tight ends on the field on third and goal. A run for the quarterback. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Yeah, the defense just too good there. They're trying to run it in on 3rd down and be physical up front. The defense, though, having none of it, creating a negative play and now setting up 4th down.
So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the pummeling has started. That score pushes this out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They covered half the field with a 50-yard touchdown drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. On the run, it's Marshall. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team, that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
On the move. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23. The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Calls his own number. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? Give the offense credit. You're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Pulls it. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.